Hey guys, welcome to the January edition of The Nest. Thank you so much for subscribing. Our number of subscribers have picked back up. I think due to the holidays, due to people wanting to stay back home again. But we're over 50 subscribers, which is really cool. And we're going to continue to do this for as long as you all want to keep subscribing. So thank you. This month we are focusing on Old Tom Gin. This is a barrel-aged gin. It is the 7th gin that we make. So aside from our seasonal gins, we make a flagship, we make a London Dry gin, and then we also make this Old Tom gin. The way this is made, it actually starts out as our London Dry gin. So we take that base spirit, we put it into whiskey barrels, we let it age, and then we slightly sweeten it with sugar. So what you're going to get are a lot of those nice pine, citrus, oaky notes on the nose. You can definitely smell the gin, but you can also smell the barrel. I find that it sips somewhere in between gin and whiskey. It's kind of like this nice combination of the two because you get those nice oak vanilla notes from the barrel because whiskey was in there previously, you get some of those notes as well. So you get that, and then you also get those nice like citrus pine notes. So we use it interchangeably as a sub for both whiskey and for gin. Probably gin more than whiskey, but often we make gin style drinks with it, and then sometimes we'll make whiskey style drinks with it. Makes a really good old fashioned. Just use less sweetener because there is sugar in this. Old Tom Gin, it's actually a historical gin. We did not make this name up. It comes from 18th century England, where when the gin craze was happening. So gin craze was all about a lot of home distillers making gin and cutting it with things like turpentine, sulfuric acid, and what was happening was it tasted awful. People didn't like the taste of it. And they were also getting really sick. So one of the things home distillers started doing was barrel aging it and sweetening it, and out came this product that they actually found was drinkable. Old Tom Gin, legend has it, there are many different stories. The story that I usually go by and tell is that if a bar had a tomcat outside of its window, that meant there was Old Tom Gin there. There's also a story about like you have to slide a penny through a slot or slide coins through a slot and you would get the gin in exchange out of that window. So that's the story. It's still made by distilleries to this day. It's just that London Dry was made soon after, and that style really, and the English put rules in place around distillation. So better gin was being made, and then the London Dry style just kind of took off. So you can still buy it today, but we do find that often, people aren't sure why it's called Old Tom. Why don't we just call it barrel-aged gin? So that's the story why. And this is available year-round. We did make it as a limited edition spirit a few years ago, and then we said, let's graduate this. There was a lot of demand for it, so you can get it anytime here, and let's make some cocktails.